Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe Classics Lodar from Super 7. The evil master of celestial magic here comes straight from the vintage mini-comic known as Slave City. He's one of those one-off villains who only appeared in that mini-comic, but a character that many of us have wanted to see an action figure of for a very long time. And Super 7 and the Four Horsemen have finally delivered him, so let's check him out. So as you can see, of course he comes in that same style Masters of the Universe Classics blister card packaging, fully showcasing our figure and accessory within. You can see he does got the little polybagged accessory kind of laying down there at the bottom. And as we rotate this around to the back side of the packaging, up here at the top, we've got a cross-sell showing all the figures in Super 7's first waves, as well as this awesome new artwork of Lodar. And of course, we've got ourselves a brand new bio for Lodar to fit in with the Classics continuity. Now, I definitely want to give a shout out to my friend Danielle Galerter and Eric Marshall, who are the ones writing the new bios on the Classics packaging. It's because of them that we have the bios back, so shout out to you guys. Alright, so let's go ahead and get Lodar opened up from this box and get a closer look at him. Alright, we got this purple awesome looking dude outside of the package. Let's get a closer look at him. He's just got a really cool design. He's got this very gladiator, very Mad Maxy kind of look to him, with this crazy chest harness, the spiky shoulder pads. I love this full face helmet there with like the spikes going across the top. Look at this, just spikes everywhere. This dude loves him some spikes, including his boots. Look at these boots here. I was actually kind of surprised by how pointy these are too. It kind of poked me in the fingers when I was messing around with them. But despite the spikes on his boots, he still seems to stand just fine too. And he's just a really neat looking figure. The whole thing is basically a mixture of blacks and purples. And purple's one of my favorite colors, especially when combined with black. And it's just a really cool color combination. His skin tone is this brighter purple, while on his outfit, he's got this dark metallic purple seen on the spikes and the face mask and the shoulder pads and kind of lining the blacks here. Just a really very cool, eye-pleasing figure. I think he's just a really fun-looking character here. Getting in here a little closer on that head sculpt, again, you can see just kind of those evil eyes. I love how there's almost like a red tint to those eyes there. It might just be the purples kind of with the whites, but it almost has this very kind of red hue to them, and I think that's just very, very cool looking. So really just an evil-looking, very unique villain. I think he's a very fun looking figure, and the paint is nice and clean on this guy, so all the way around I think he's one of the more solid figures in this particular wave. And let's go ahead and talk about the articulation here. He's got that standard joint at the head, so the head can look left and right, move up and down. The spikes on his shoulders do seem to be that more pliable plastic along with the chest harness here. This does not appear to be removable. Like we've seen with the others, it does have the little pegs there, but it does appear to be glued onto the figure, so that's not something that you're going to be able to take off. You can see that the spikes on his shoulders do not hinder the articulation whatsoever there. You can still move forwards and backwards. You could swivel at the bicep. You get a nice tight joint at the elbow, swivels at the wrist, and the hinge joints on the wrist. I'm just so happy that that's part of the regular articulation now. You got the nice torso joint, swivel at the waist. You do have those ball-like joints at the thighs, so the legs can go outwards, forwards, backwards, as well as swivel. You got nice tight joints at the knees. Worth noting, there is no boot cut articulation on this guy. Since he's not wearing the boots, they did not add that little swivel there. He does have the standard joints at the ankles that allow him to go forwards and backwards, but also has the ability to rock side to side. Another joint that I'm glad is standard on the Classics figures now. So all in all, pretty good articulation. The only thing really missing is that swivel at the boot cut, but otherwise you should still be able to pose this guy around pretty good. As far as his accessories go, he comes with this awesome spiked mace straight out of the mini comic. It's painted very similar to him, where it's black, but all the spikes have that kind of darker metallic purple on there, so it's a really cool looking accessory. He can hold that in either one of his hands there. He gets a good tight grip on it regardless, and it's just a very cool looking weapon. Now his next accessory is even more fun. If you are a fan of that mini comic, or at least remember it, check this out. Straight from Slave City, we've got this awesome little prisoner harness. This is just really neat. So it's got kind of this flat piece here. This is meant to sit on the ground. And then you've got these awesome plastic chains on both ends with little harnesses meant to go on other figures' wrists so he can imprison other characters like He-Man. So if we want to bring this in and kind of, recreate that cover straight from the mini comic, this is really cool. These little wrist harnesses have a little opening so they can clasp very nicely onto your figure's wrists there, just like that. And boom, now we've got a figure who's been imprisoned by Lodar. It's just a really fun little accessory, something that I'm really glad that they threw in with this particular figure. So there you guys go. There is a look at the new Masters of the Universe Classics Lodar figure. Another one of those one-off villains straight out of the vintage mini comics that came with our action figures, but never got an action figure of his own because he only appeared that one time in that comic. But he's just one of those very cool looking characters, and fans have always wanted to see this guy given the action figure treatment, and I would say that the Horsemen nailed it. This is just a really fun, really solid action figure with a very unique and very cool look. I'm so glad this guy got made, and I think he's one of my favorites in this current assortment from Super 7. So like all of the other figures in this first wave, he was made available by pre-order only, so if you missed out on that at this point, you're gonna have to track him down on the aftermarket. So happy hunting, my friends. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on any of my Masters of the Universe reviews. Until next time, my friends.